This is Democracy Now!, democracynow.org. I'm Amy Goodman with Juan Gonzalez. We end today's show with a new documentary opening tonight in New York at the IFC about the Israeli comedian, peace activist Noam Shuster Eliassi. This is the trailer.
Who is this tall lady? Is she Iranian? Is she Jewish? Is she Arab? Should I be boycotting this show?
Noam Shuster.
Noam Shuster.
Noam Shuster.
Shalom, Noam.
Woo! Mazel tov. My parents said, let's not raise our kids to be normal Israelis. Let's move to the only place in the country where Jews and Palestinians live together by choice.
Dreaming of peace. Dreaming.
My best friend Ranin, she's a Palestinian. She looks like Gigi Hadid. I look like Ahmadinejad next to her. Palestinians know the things that I'm saying.
Palestine Comedy Festival.
The oppressed doesn't come from an ignorant perspective, never. I'm only staying for 7 minutes, not 70 years. Wallah. The Jewish audience is where we have to work.
Noam Shuster Eliassi.
It's not a good time to be leftists in Israel. Not fun. It's like not even, I just read the news. You're
Without coexistence, I'll be killed. Without coexistence, Arabs won't be able to exist here.
In 24 hours, 1,000 people were killed in Gaza Strip.
I'm not here to unify. My goal is to voice resistance to this insane show of force that has swept everyone dubbed so blindly.
That's the trailer for the new film. This is Israeli comedian Noam Shuster Eliassi.
My mother is Iranian Jewish. My father is Romanian Jewish. They've been together since high school, so they basically grew up together. And they grew up to become the thing that Israelis love to hate the most: woke, progressive leftists. They believe in the radical idea that Israelis and Palestinians deserve the same equal human rights. Crazy, so radical. When I was 7 years old, they said, let's not raise our kids to be normal Israelis. Let's move to the only place in the country where Jews and Palestinians live together by choice, like on purpose. This is where the inspiration comes from. Jews and Arabs living together.
Dreaming of peace. Dreaming.
That's the clip from Coexistence, My Ass, a new documentary about Israeli comedian Noam Shuster Eliassi. She was in her one-person show there. The film premiered at Sundance Film Festival, where it won the World Cinema Documentary Special Jury Award for Freedom of Expression. We're joined by Noam now in Tel Aviv, and here in New York by the film's director, the Canadian-Lebanese director, Amber Ferris. Welcome you both to Democracy Now! Why'd you do this film, Amber?
You know, Noam and I are old friends. Actually, I met her years ago when I was living in Ramallah, filming my first documentary. And when she came to the U.S. and was developing her one-woman show, I just saw it as an opportunity to sort of, you know, to tackle this topic in a completely different way, from a completely different perspective.
And I want to go to another clip of the film. Again, this is from Noam's one-woman show. Palestinian Comedy Festival in Sheikh Jarrah.
Hello. Good evening. Masal khair. We're very happy to be here tonight for the 1001 Laughs Palestine Comedy Festival. Tonight, I have a surprise for you. A surprise. One of our comedians tonight is one of our Jewish brothers and sisters. Please help me welcome to the stage, Noam Shuster Eliassi.
I'm only staying for 7 minutes, not 70 years. Wallah. Wallah, 7 minutes. By the way, this is Amir's joke. I stole it. It's mine now. God promised it to me.
Noam Shuster Eliassi joins us live in Tel Aviv. As we speak to you, they say that the ceasefire is maintained, at least according to President Trump, and yet well over, it may be 104 people killed, about a third of them children, in Gaza by Israeli strikes announced by the Prime Minister of Israel, by Netanyahu. Your response and the significance of this film and what you're trying to do, Noam.
Thank you, Amy. First of all, thank you so much for having us. I'm a huge fan. Not every day I get to be on Democracy Now! From the land of democracy, maybe later, someday. What we have seen today, it's no exception. I'm sitting here in a studio in Tel Aviv, and right outside there is the Tel Aviv Fashion Week, where people are just walking around in fashionable outfits, and are the detachment from reality and what is happening just around the corner from us. It has been like this from before October 2023, and it remains today. Just the magnitude of things it's just so much more heavy, just sitting here and then opening my phone and seeing that Israel has killed more and more dozens of children today. And I think that my comedy has always been political. I've been very, very lucky to have Amber document this process, and the rest of the amazing filmmakers that are behind this film, to document this process of trying to make present the elephant in the room that most comedians in Israel, or I would say maybe a lot of artists also, prefer to ignore. And I wanted in this, through this film, and also my one-woman show that I called Coexistence, my ass, to unpack and to talk about, the peace industry that I grew up in, that lacks the political action, that lacks the individual political choices that make us demonstrate what the alternative is, where there is lack of leadership and nobody to really look up to. I really, really believe in artists, and I believe in individuals who are making brave choices to show on the ground and to set an example of what does it mean to end the occupation, to end the genocide, to be active and to be vocal in a time where comedians are making genocide jokes on stage. And also in the US, comedians are helping get Trump elected. In this rise of fascism, I really, really believe that we have a huge role to play.
And Noam, your film states that coexistence is no longer possible. If that's the case, what is the future as you see it?
It's not a matter of coexistence not being possible. I think it's a matter of coexistence. Coexistence as itself, it's a non-issue. Coexistence is a decoration. It will be a side effect when we have real equality, when we have real justice. It's not about measuring right now if coexistence will never be possible. It's about just putting this word coexistence that is, just like Trump is able to make peace. It's nothing. It's meaningless, and put in the front of the stage. And I believe this is what this film is doing. What does it? What does coexistence really mean? How can we talk about coexistence when we are actively erasing the existence of Palestinians every day? And so I want to demonstrate what it means to be vocal in order to set an alternative and to push against that. And so it's not a matter of going against coexistence. Nobody is against coexistence, but it will be a wonderful side effect when we achieve justice and equality.
I want to ask Amber Ferris, the director, if you've gotten distribution in this country of your film in the United States?
Yeah, no, we have not had distribution. So like so many other films that are on this topic right now that also don't have distribution, including No Other Land last year that won the Oscars. So we're having to self-distribute this film in the United States. Mm.
And the response, Noam, to your comedy or your political commentary, you can call it, among Palestinians and Israelis?
The responses have been amazing, really, really amazing. We've been in many, many different countries in front of many different audiences. In Poland, we are huge. In Poland, just really hundreds of young people were lining up after the film to tell me, how much it's hard for them to criticize Israel because of the past. But now when they see me and they hear me, it gives them vocabulary. And then they also went to tell me how all their grandfathers were in the resistance to the Nazis. And I'm like, guys, it doesn't add up that all your grandparents were in the resistance to the Nazis. But it brings out from people really their personal stories. And also, I want to say something really, really important.
Very quickly, 20 seconds.
This film gives people a vocabulary and an inspiration for better actions and better conversations. And most importantly, you don't need to hear these things from an Israeli. Palestinians are the most reliable sources, just like we heard from the journalist from Gaza, Muhammad, a few moments ago. And so I really hope that people walk out.
We have to leave it there. I thank you so much, Israeli comedian and activist Noam Eliassi, and I also want to thank Amber Ferris. IFC is where the film is. Thanks for watching Democracy Now! On YouTube. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to make sure you never miss a video. And for more of our audience-supported journalism, go to democracynow.org, where you can download our news app, sign up for our newsletter, subscribe to the daily podcast, and so much more.